Hello trainers, it's Lin. You know, not all shiny Pokemon are good. Some kinda look the same or have truly atrocious color choices, and some are just kinda boring. Well, let's fix them, shall we? However, I don't think I can do this alone. So this time, I've brought over a certain stylish Corphish, so why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, Cacophonous Corphish here. I want to give a big thanks to Linny for having me on her channel today. I'm super excited to help her come up with great new shiny forms for certain Pokemon. And just so you know, we also did a collaboration about shiny Pokemon over on my channel. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to go check it out after this video.
Thanks for coming to help. Let's get into it. So, we both pick shiny Pokemon we think could be improved, and then we take turns to fix them. And of course the title says bad shiny Pokemon, but they're not necessarily bad. Some of them are just boring, or we don't like them for personal reasons. Just Pokemon we think could have their shinies improved. And just to make it extra difficult for myself, I decided to do one per region, and then a bonus one at the end. But I did, however, not force this one a region rule upon my collab partner, so that's a Lin-only thing, just so you know. But it means I'm starting off with Kanto. And my pick for Kanto is Clefairy. This was partly motivated by my friend who loves Clefairy, but really hates the shiny. So I wanted to see if I could make a better one. The real shiny is just more pale with neon green ears. So weird, like why the green ears? So I think it would look nice if we instead switched it to a light purple. And this way, this is kind of a nod to the fan theory about Clefairy sort of being Gengar's shadow. So with the purple, it kind of hints at them being more related. Would be even better if I then could change Gengar shiny to be more pink. Anyway, that's my thought process on this one, and over to Corphish.
Grimmsnarl's one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. The grotesque, menacing look, his long hair, his use in battle, he's a beast! And you know what else he is? An ogre. And you know who else is an ogre? Why, Shrek, of course! So for Grimmsnarl shiny, we could make his skin that same putrid green color, and his hair that dirty white like Shrek's tunic. And I guess that little pink spot in his chest brown like Shrek's vest? Now Grimmsnarl's real shiny, I actually like it a lot. His bright white hair looks really nice, and his new purple skin, I'd say, meshes well with it. But that's kinda the problem, it looks too nice. Grimmsnarl's supposed to be the scary, menacing looking Pokemon, but these neon colors kind of impede on that. But in this regard, I think our Shrek one here suits him much better.
My turn again, which means I'm moving on to the Johto region. My choice this time is Misdreavus, simply because it's a cute Pokemon, but the shiny is just so ugly. It's the kind of Pokemon I would like to shiny hunt, but the color is so ugly I don't even want to do it. I don't even want the shiny. It's just a weird yellowy green, like why? This doesn't suit it at all. So to fix Misdreavus, I did the old switcheroo and just switched the usual teal/blue of the body and then the pink hair tips. I think this is a lot cuter. Maybe almost too cute for a spooky ghost type, but it's better than the yellowy green we got, so I'm happy with this choice. I think this is a good one.
How do you feel about Primarina? I feel like to most, it's the, least good Alola starter, and though I do agree with that, I still like it a lot. And one very small reason for me liking it a lot is because it reminds me a lot of Ariel from Little Mermaid, and that got me thinking, maybe the colors of Ariel's design could translate well into Primarina's. You could keep the white body the same, but change the hair to that nice bright red color, and turn the tail green, and make the ruffle-like fins that light green, and the finishing touch make the pink parts purple like Ariel's bra. If you ask me, this is a major improvement over Primarina's real shiny.
So I'm up to Gen 3 now, and my Hoenn region pick is Beautifly. It's another Pokemon I really like, but the shiny is just, you know, not terrible, but kind of underwhelming. I've always wished it was a bit more fun. Butterflies come in all shapes and colors and sizes, and I would just like a bit more of a striking change. So I picked a real butterfly to model the shiny after. I picked Queen Alexandra Birdwing Butterfly. And I picked this one in particular because I wanted to get in some green shades to represent Emerald. Just because the usual form has like a red and blue dot on the wing, like Ruby and Sapphire. So this kind of completes the trio in a way. Well, either way I think it's a great fix. This is so much better.
You ever wonder what Gligar's based off of? Well, besides the scorpion part, obviously. I'll give you a hint. Look at its name, Gligar. The Gly part comes from glide, no duh. But what about the Gar part? It's because Gligar's also based off a gargoyle. And how cool would it be if its shiny took inspiration from this? Now don't get me wrong, Gligar's real shiny is good, but imagine if it was, like a real gargoyle, a solid stone color, like brown, gray, black, or maybe something less conventional, like a dark blue-green. I don't think these changes would work as well on Gliscor, since its body's more intricately designed. But Gligar, oh boy, this one rocks. Lenny, replace this part with a witty remark about how bad that pun was.
And I'm up to the 4th region, Sinnoh. My pick this time is Lumineon. It's a really pretty fish Pokemon, but the shiny looks like this. The most boring beige and brown combo ever, and I say this as someone with a brown mascot for my channel. I assume it's because the real fish is likely a deep sea tripod fish, which is often brown. But come on, we already have the superior brown fish that is Relicanth. We can do better. So, since I've been desperately looking for him, I decided to Nemophile Lumineon into a clownfish. Finally, we have found him.
Take a close look at Knackley. Does it kind of remind you of something? Maybe a certain power-up that is loved by a certain Italian plumber hero guy? Yeah, Mario's super mushrooms. Why am I even trying to build suspense here? I can't be the only one who always thinks of Mario mushrooms when looking at Knackley. So yeah, this one's gonna be pretty straightforward. Make the brown parts red, the tan part white like the white spots, and the white body tan like the stem. And the finishing touch, make the eyes that same black. I think we can all agree that Knackley's real shiny is pretty boring. So if you ask me, our Mario mushroom one here would be a huge step up.
And now I'm at Gen 5, so which Pokemon do I want to give a better shiny? One of my personal favorites from the region, Electric. Because in nearly all games, it almost looks exactly the same. The move to 3D was not kind to this shiny, that's all I'm gonna say. But here's what I did to fix it. So to let you follow my thought process, Electric is partly based on a lamprey, which gave me Lamp. Lamps made me think of big glowing billboards and neon signs, and that's how I ended up on neon colors. There you go.
The Mankey line. What are these Pokemon known for? They're short, insane tempers. So I wonder, would their shinies in some way reflect this? So I guess not. Rather, they look more like they're about to throw up. Except Annihilape, who doesn't look bad per se, but barely changes from the original. So I think they could all benefit from new shinies. So in cartoons and stuff, what color do characters sometimes turn when they're pissed off? Red. Duh. So I was thinking, make their fur fiery red, and their skin a darker red, like maroon. And for Annihilape specifically, make its fur's white highlights orange to more resemble fire. Now these three mean business. They look mad awesome. Lenny, replace this part with a witty remark about how bad that pun was.
And I'm up to Gen 6 now, the Kalos region. My choice is Inkay. It's a very cute Pokemon, though I have to admit, its evolution Malamar is one of my least favorite Pokemon of all times. I'm praying for a split evolution one day. But the shiny is a mustard yellow, which has just never appealed to me. It's not the worst shiny ever, but I think something as cute as Inkay would look absolutely adorable in like pastel colors. And just to not make it look like I hate yellow colors, because I feel like I pick a lot of yellowy brown shinies to hate on in this video. This time I made sure to keep it yellow, but just make it a cute light pastel shade instead. And I think this is so much better. I would love to have an Inkay like this.
If you're a Mega Man fan, you more than likely know who this guy is. But even if you've never seen him before, just look at him. Is there a Pokemon he reminds you of? Perhaps Electivire? Well, I could totally see that, but no. The first Pokemon I think of every time I see Yellow Devil is Hitmonlee. I mean, come on, just look at them. They're virtually second cousins once removed. And Hitmonlee's gross green shiny is probably one of the most hated shinies ever. But with Yellow Devil in mind, it's an easy fix. Just make his brown body yellow, and maybe make the tan parts a more pale yellow. And the piece de resistance make his eyes that same menacing red. How awesome is this? A far cry from... blech.
And for me, it's time for my Gen 7 pick from the Alola region. It's Drampa. The regular color palette is really nice, and the shiny would be too, if it wasn't for those god-awful eyebrows. I hate them, they make me sick, and they give me nightmares. They ruin the perfectly good shiny Pokemon. So to fix it, I instead just went with pink. It's a cute cuddly dragon. I feel like the universe is like telling me this Pokemon needs to be pink. It just makes so much sense.
The Cyndaquil line. Pretty cool Pokemon, especially Typhlosion. But one thing about them, if I didn't already know what type they are, I wouldn't be able to guess just by looking at them, unless their flames were active. And their shinies, in addition to being just decent at best, don't really help in this regard either. But then I thought, what if they did? So I envisioned shinies for them based off of magma and molten lava. We could turn their cream bodies red-orange and their blue backs black. Say that 5 times fast. Or maybe even vice versa. Not only do they look much more epic now, but you can easily tell their fire types with or without their flames active. If you ask me, our shinies here are mad cool. Totally unironically.
And I'm up to Gen 8 now, which means the next one is from Galar, and I decided to go with a Galarian form this time. Galarian Farfetch'd, to be specific. It's one of those that look nearly exactly the same, which is just so boring. We hate those. At least regular Farfetch'd has a pink shiny, I think. But anyway, I thought it would be fun to give it the colors of a mallard. A male mallard with the green head. But since there aren't like a lot of color variations within the Farfetch'd design, it's just mostly green now. It's definitely more fun though, I like it. I think it's an improvement. And also the green matches the leak, so I think that's cool.
So, fun fact about Snorlax. Do you know its Japanese name, Kabigon? Have you ever wondered where that name came from? Well, let me ask you this. Can you think of another round Nintendo character with a voracious appetite? Take a few seconds and think about it. You guessed it, Kirby. I mean, just think, Kabigon. So imagine how cool it would be if Kirby also influenced Snorlax's shiny. I was thinking make the whole body pink, and maybe make the blue parts a darker shade of pink like Kirby's cheeks, and of course, red feet for the red shoes. Now, I'll be honest, I actually kind of like Snorlax's real shiny. Yeah, I know it barely changes, but that new shade of blue makes it look more vibrant. But no doubt, you couldn't go wrong with this pink perfection.
I'm now up to the latest generation, number 9, Paldea. My next pick is one of my favorites from the region, Tandemaus. Again, Game Freak chose to give us a lame shiny that barely looks any different. We can do so much better than that. Literally almost anything is better. Honestly, I think making a really minor change and just making them gray would be really cute. But since it's Pokemon, let's go a little bit more wild. Like for example, let's make them black and red as a reference to Mickey and Minnie. I mean, they're arguably the most famous mouse couple in the entire world, so it's almost a bit too obvious. But at the same time, it just fits really well, so I think that would be a fun shiny for them.
Oh, Infernape, what an awesome Pokemon. Excellent in battle and amazing design. This Pokemon's gotta have an equally epic shiny, Linny, insert SpongeBob. My eyes! Meme here. Why? This is not acceptable! Infernape, an awesome Pokemon, deserves a shiny better than frickin' this! Okay, let's just remain calm here. I know for a fact we can improve this. Did you know Infernape takes inspiration from Son Goku? Mind-blowing, huh? I mean, just think. Goku, Gokazaru. So let's take Infernape and Goku's colors and do some pizzazz and ta-da! Now this is a good shiny for Infernape. Oh, how I wish it were real.
My last pick is a bonus one. It's just a personal favorite, it's Leafeon. Because I'm a basic girl, I love the evolutions, but I think some of them just have kind of bad boring shinies, and in my opinion, Leafeon is the worst of them. And that's just due to it being such a minimal change, it just turned slightly more tan. That's it. What I've always wished for was for Leafeon to actually be green. I mean, come on, it's a grass type, and most of the other evolutions have in-your-face colors of their type, so I think a green Leafeon is what we need. It would finally look like a lush, vibrant grass type. But of course, as a bonus, I've also done the Sakura version that all of us evolution fans want. We all want this. I quite like both of them.
Throw and Sock. Their shinies, pretty lame. I mean, come on, Throw just goes from red to orange and Sock from blue to purple. So let's fix them. They're both martial artists wearing white gis. So the first change I thought to make was turning their gis black, because although not as common as white ones, black ones do exist. And of course, shiny Pokemon are much less common than regular ones, so it just makes sense. But why stop there? We could also swap their body colors. Don't they just look so epic now, especially Sock? Yes, I know that in most cases, turning a Pokemon black is a cheap way of making a good shiny for it, hypothetical or canon. Charizard, but it just works way too well here.
And that's all, trainers. We've reached the end of shinies to fix for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Corphish for doing this collab with me.
The pleasure is all mine, Lenny. If you liked our choices, or if you can think of any better ideas, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to head over to my channel and watch our other collab.
You heard it, trainers. Go over and check out the other video we made. And don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to both of our channels. See you later, trainers. Bye!